Members of Parliament just finished voting moments ago on the federal budget that was tabled earlier this month. This is the final vote on the main budget motion and was to determine whether the Liberals' fiscal policy will go ahead or if Canadians would be heading into another election. Tessa Bennett has all the latest updates right now. Tessa, what exactly happened just momentarily?
Manisa, we're learning the budget just passed in the House of Commons, despite Prime Minister Mark Carney's Liberals being a handful of seats shy of a majority.
Mr. Speaker, today is a historic day. The Leader of the Opposition and his colleagues have an opportunity to vote for generational investment to build.
Maybe it's a good day for him and his Brookfield buddies who are dodging their tax bills, but it's a terrible day for the Canadian people stuck paying record-high grocery bills.
In an animated exchange in the House of Commons earlier today, Prime Minister Mark Carney reiterated his government's commitment to generational investments in Canada through the federal budget. Members of Parliament have been tasked with participating in a confidence vote in the House of Commons tonight, determining the fate of Carney and his Liberals. MPs will be deciding whether to support the federal budget tabled by the Liberals in early November and carry on business as usual, or possibly send the country back to the polls less than a year after the last federal election. The Liberals need the support of at least one member of Parliament outside their own party, or alternatively, 3 abstentions from the opposition benches.
Because we're in a position of minority government, it's not completely taken for granted that the budget will pass. So that has a lot of people looking at whether the Carney government can rally all of the votes that it needs, at least 50% plus 1 of the votes in the House of Commons. So there's questions about whether the Carney government can get enough people on side to keep their government alive.
The budget has already cleared its first 2 hurdles, but not every party has been an open book when it comes to their thoughts on the fiscal plan. While both the Conservatives and Bloc Québécois have shared their parties will likely vote against Carney's budget, and the Green Party's Elizabeth May confirmed that party's support of it, others, like the NDP, have not publicly stated their stance. Last week, members of Parliament had time off around Remembrance Day, during which interim NDP leader Don Davies said his party would be speaking with constituents.
Cuts to the public service is something that progressive-leaning parties like the NDP are not happy with. The willingness to work toward a lot more oil and gas development is something that the Green Party is not happy with. The Conservatives in general, this budget actually really matches a lot of the promises that Conservatives were making, so they have to find ways that they, as the official opposition, can still critique the budget.
Political science expert with the University of Toronto, Elizabeth McCallion, says if the budget passes, regardless of whether it's a landslide or marginal win, the Liberals have their work cut out for them.
If there's a marginal vote, it puts the government on notice that they do need to work really hard to maintain the support of the people who they've gained, like in the last few days as they're looking for votes. But at the same time, a landslide vote doesn't necessarily mean, they can breathe easy and they always have those votes going forward. The only way to really confirm that they will always have votes going forward is to have a majority government.
We're learning 170 MPs voted for the budget bill and 168 voted against. Now, with Ottawa's cost savings accounted for, the budget proposes nearly $90 billion in new spending over the next 5 years, primarily focused on responding to U.S. tariffs.